And Kristen, I know you're just getting more details here. I think some people are going to say, is Price a sacrificial lamb in order to hope that it takes the heat off of these other notable ethics probes that are going on, or was Price just that egregious?
I think it was both to some extent. I think the president wanted to send a very strong message, Chuck, but there's no doubt he was infuriated, and every day there was another headline. And so I think it was also the fact that he saw this as egregious behavior and against his stated vow to drain the swamp, as you pointed out in your open. Now, the White House saying that they're conducting a broader review, so he may not be the only cabinet secretary to go, but there's no doubt right now the president wants to send a message with this move. And look, the writing has been on the walls for days, Chuck. The president was asked in the middle of the week if he was going to fire Price, and he said, we'll see. Yesterday, he was pressed on whether he still had confidence in Price, and he declined to answer. Behind the scenes, we were, of course, talking to our sources who said, one of my sources said, he's a goner, and that was midweek. So it seemed as though it was moving in this direction and that the president wanted to let the process play out a little bit. But again, I think there was just this avalanche of negative headlines. One more point, and I think it's an important one. He saw Price as ineffective, and so that just didn't help his case, not only because he couldn't get health care passed, but remember, Chuck, he was really one of the first voices pushing the president to tackle health care first, which went against the way the president wanted to proceed when he first took office. And I'm told that he was still stewing about that to some extent. So we're still getting the details of how this all went down. But right before the president left for Bedminster, he reiterated how frustrated he was. And it seemed as though this was all but inevitable, Chuck.
And Kristen Welker, we should remind folks, if we recall during the cabinet process and the cabinet vetting process, there were certain cabinet members that the president was focused on, and there were certain ones that Vice President Pence was focused on. Tom Price was considered sort of in the Pence wing of that. So it's a good point there. I don't think the president was as personally invested in him as, say, a Steve Mnuchin or perhaps a Ryan Zinke. Kristen Welker, thank you very much.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.